What's going on, guys? We're back here with another video. Today we're going to be talking about Fear the Darkness. This is part of my beginners series set, and this is going to be a multi-part series video just because there's a lot of information and I didn't want to cram it all in one video. But today we're going to be talking a little bit about what the game mode is, and then we're going to be talking about how you can get into the game mode. So right off the bat here, Fear the Darkness, this is the most difficult game mode in the game currently. Everybody wants to get into it because obviously it gives you access to the best character that's currently in the game. So that's Ultron. He is, he's perfect in all the game modes. He's amazing in Arena. He's amazing in Blitz. In Blitz, you can pair him with all these crappy characters like your hand teams, mercenary, whatever, hoo-ha, and he's going to make them rock solid. So, you're going to be able to win all those 8.3 tiers with Ultron on there. So he's by far the best character in the game. He runs well in raids. You pretty much need him in Ultimate 7. And then on top of that, in Alliance War, either defense or offense, he's good. So like I said, he pretty much dominates the game right now. So that's why everybody wants to get into this game mode and unlock him. With the first run rewards, it's nice because you also get 18 of these random, unique character, I don't really know what to call them, but they're just uniques, and they're usually specific to certain characters, and that's kind of nice when you do it the first round. And on top of that, you also get 3,960 of these random materials as well. These ones are good because obviously if you're trying to tier 13 or tier 14 your characters, these come in handy. So especially with the upcoming Dark Dimension level 3 that's coming, I mean, you're going to need a lot of these materials, and this just helps add to that reservoir that you have. And once you do the time run, again, you'll get the rest of the Ultron shards there for 500, so you'll have exactly enough to get them up to 7 stars. And then on top of that, they also increase the rewards for the random items and the orange materials as well here, as you guys can see here. But yeah, so how do we get into this game mode? So as you guys can see here on my specific roster, it requires gear tier 13. So again, getting your characters up to tier 13, how do we do that? So if you guys aren't already aware, so if you're a new player and you're just starting out and you're kind of wondering, how the heck do I get these characters up to tier 13? Well, once you turn level 60, 65 or whatever, I don't remember the exact level cap for it, but once you hit that break point, these orange uniques are going to start popping in your store. So these are the ones that you'll need. You'll need 12 of these, and they're specific to certain characters. And depending on which characters you want to aim for, those are the ones you want to make sure you save enough money to buy for. So I mean, in this specific case, we've got Vibranium. That's that is good for like, as you guys can see there, Captain America and Quake. And usually it's nice because in the last it was either in October or November that they added an extra slot in the item store. So now they actually have extra uniques that are available thanks to that update. And that took place in both the game store, so in this normal gold store, and actually in the war store as well. They added an extra list, basically an extra row of uniques that you can buy to kind of help speed up the progress. And that actually made it much easier to get into Fear the Darkness. And as you guys may already know as well, we've got the Dark Dimension 3 that's coming up, and so that's gonna hopefully help speed up that progress in terms of getting your characters up to tier 13 and eventually tier 14. So in the gold store, my rule of thumb here is know what characters you're aiming for, and we're going to talk about the characters that are good in that game mode in the next video. But specifically, when you start seeing these in the store, you want to make sure you have enough gold to buy these. So as you guys can see here, I've got like 1.2 mil. Usually I keep about 400,000 or 500,000 just readily available, so that way I can purchase these. And for sure, you want to make sure you have enough gold to buy these out, because again, this is pretty much your only source that you can get this. The second source is the war store, and we'll touch on that next here. As you guys saw in my earlier, that you can buy it with your war store credits, and for sure you want to make sure you can save up a few of these in your inventory, so that way if there's a specific material that pops up, for example gamma radiation for Minerva, then at least you'll have enough for it. Alien Spores is another good one, and this one's good for Groot if you want to get him up to tier 13 as well. And as you guys can see here, I've only got 575 credits, so I don't really have enough to buy anything. But that's just to kind of give you guys a preview of how to get it. So that's the 2 ways that are from the store. Third way is once you do the war battles and all that good stuff, you can also get them in the orbs. And as you guys can see there, I can pretty much get 3 of these. So I'm just gonna open one up to show you guys what I'm talking about here. So I haven't opened up the other ones because usually what I do is I wait to see if they add any more uniques. And right now we've got updates coming left and right here, and I wanted to kind of hold off the orbs until they added more of these uniques in, so that way you're not wasting the orbs. And again, we've got 26 of these Tai Chis for Iron Fist. And specifically, if you're trying to get characters from tier 13 to tier 14, I'll just briefly mention that you want to make sure you're constantly collecting the ones you need. Specifically for tier 13 to 14, you're going to need 24 of these bad boys. So that's why I'm collecting these as we go here. And for those of you guys that don't know, I mean, if you ever lose track of which ones you actually have or don't have, this orb store where you're doing the drops actually gives you a nice inventory. So let's say, for example, I don't know how much gamma radiations I have. I can pop it there and it tells me I got 22 for Minerva. Or let's say I didn't know how much superior serum I have for Nick Fury. Well, pow, I've got 2 there. So this is kind of a good way to kind of do an in-game check. I mean, it's, the game hasn't really built a way for you to check it otherwise. So this is actually a nice little way I found out. And I actually found this out from another content creator. So this is actually really nice that we can do that. And obviously, if you wanted to check your progress as well. So that's the third way you can get it with these orbs and getting it from the war store. The last way, and perhaps the most difficult way to get these uniques, is actually in the raid store. So when you're getting 100% completion rates on your alpha, beta, gamma, whatever, then they drop these orange elite orbs. And in these elite orbs, they have the potential to drop, the standardized orange commons is what I'll call them. But on the left and the right pillars, they actually have the potential to drop the uniques as well. So as you guys can see here, it's not a huge percentage, obviously. Like the vast majority of the percentage still drops the orange commons, but the uniques are definitely there. So you can see there it's 0.49%, and then at the top as well, it actually drops down to 0.19 to the, I guess, for the more rare ones, I guess. Perhaps these are more, I don't actually know why this one's actually at 0.19. I feel like this one should be a more common one, but anyways, are more common of the uniques. But yeah, as you guys can see there, I mean, you can get these ones down here as well, and hopefully that makes sense. And I guess you can always check the inventory on this as well. But anyhow, so that's if you get 100% on your raids, on your alpha, beta, gamma raids, and that's that's more likely if you're in a top alliance. But again, it's definitely there, and they also have it in the milestone awards as well. If you get the milestones, sometimes they award these elite orbs, and then you have the potential to get some uniques out of there. But like I said, most commonly it's usually the supply store. Now, if we jump into the characters here, you guys will see that, and I'll just briefly show you guys. I'll use Captain Marvel as an example here. But to get a character from tier 12 to tier 13, you want to make sure you can have at least 12 of these uniques. And like I said already, Adamantium is one of the better ones. It's for Captain Marvel, it's for Ultron, and I'm sure if people want to upgrade Hawkeye, they can, but I doubt that. But like I said, you need 12 of these bad boys to get them to tier 13. And you want to make sure you can save them up. And once you get past that point, so I'll just go to my Ultron here to show you guys. Once you get past tier 13, then for tier 14, you want to get 24 of these. So just start saving up now. If you see them in the store, buy them when you can. And what I would recommend is when you're in your store for your war store, whoops, wrong category, in your war store, I would only spend the credits. I would save your credits and only spend it for the ones you actually need. So obviously, I don't have enough to spend anything, but if you were aiming for gamma radiation, adamantium, alien spores, save them in your inventory so that way when it pops up, you can use them and you can buy them. And last thing I'll mention here, guys, is these refreshes, I mean, you can always refresh the store if you don't see one in there that you want, but I definitely don't recommend it. It's a waste of power cores. Take it from a guy that's done it several times. I was missing like 1 adamantium or something like that, and I was refreshing like crazy, and didn't help, and I ended up just wasting like 300 power cores for nothing. So just, you know, just wait, be patient, save your power cores for other stuff. It's just a waste of time. But other than that, once you guys get 5 characters up to tier 13, then you will have access to Fear the Darkness. So that's it for the uniques in this video. In the next one, we'll talk about the different characters that you can use and the best ones that I found for that game mode. Hopefully you guys found this useful. If you got any comments or anything like that you want to mention, please feel free to do that. Otherwise, guys, as always, thank you for watching, and happy gaming.